As an American revert, why do you think society glorifies adultery and fornication and they think that marriage restricts you in life?
I think ultimately it is a matter of control. When you destroy the family unit, you get to control the individuals. Family unit is unity, and every time people are united, they are stronger. So when you have unity within a family, you are able to better control kids, create more confident children, and direct them a lot better. Because again, you love your kids more than the state does. I guarantee you that. So when they promote things like Zina, is they want you to lose control over your children and for your children to lose control over their own lives. I think part of it is because we are controlled by perverted men. I mean, think Epstein, right? If you have a society where Zina is not tolerated, Epstein has no power. He can marry 4 women, but that's it. That is the limit of his power. All his billions of dollars don't help him. They can't help him. But with Zina, when Zina is normalized, when fornication and adultery are normalized, people like that have power. Now, who is he? He glorifies what God hates, what God warns us about, and it's still education. Music and movies are still educations. They are just vessels for a message. They are just vessels for a message. So that is why they promote it, and that is why God forbids it. Again, a woman is devalued in the eyes of men. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter what you think, that is a fact, if she is promiscuous. End of story. Life might be unfair, but it is more unfair to women in this regard. It simply is. That is why it is necessary to warn women against this ignorance more than it is to warn men. They should be both punished the same, what God says, but I'm just saying, when we are dealing with this issue of ignorance, women are going to be the greatest victim of this kind of behavior. And of course, look at the consequences. If you have this kind of behavior, sexually transmitted diseases, right? Not one consequence. For example, here in the United States, chlamydia and gonorrhea and even syphilis are all making a huge comeback. 30, 40, 100, 200% increases year over year. How would you cure sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV, in one generation for free? Marriage, no zina, right? No fornication. So you can do it for free. You don't need to invest billions of dollars. It's just a behavioral change. That is why God commands this. What is another consequence of zina? Abortion. What we call abortion is killing of your own children. That is what this ignorance is as well. Now, issue I have here in the United States of America, so when we talk about medicine, medicine is based around a concept called informed consent. Before we're going to do a procedure on you, you have to know why we are doing it, what the benefits and alternatives are. But they tell these women, these young women, these naive women who have fell for the first trick of devaluing themselves and allowing themselves to be used as pieces of meat by men who are just wolves. Now they're in a position where now they have a child. And if they have that child, their life is going to get a lot harder. Their opportunities for success in marriage are going to get a lot worse. So the shaitan comes down and says, just kill it. So now you went from zina to murder of your own child. That's why Allah says in the Quran that shaitan made to the polytheists fair seeming the killing of their own children. This isn't the first time this trick was pulled. This is mentioned in the Quran already. People have killed their kids before. Now they'll say it's not killing. Oh, it's not killing. Well, the second trimester, what that looks like is you dilate the cervix and you take a sulfur clamp and you just go in and you just grab something. You rip it out. It's a little arm. You put it on the table. When you feel like something like an orange, you squeeze it down, something white comes out, you pull it out. That was the head. It's an actual dismemberment. And you stack the pieces on the table next to you to make sure you got all the pieces, because you got to get all the pieces, right? That's the second trimester. You're telling me that that's not alive. If we found a cell, one cell, splitting on Mars, we would all celebrate for the amazing discovery of life on Mars. But when you have millions of cells, it doesn't matter whether they look like a human being or not. They are doing what life does. As soon as these two cells merge and that DNA is formed, life is completely defined, and the building process does not end until you're 18, 20 years old. So you're telling me if I'm building a house and you come and you tear down my foundation, that you didn't destroy my house? It's ignorance presented as knowledge. So you have to be afraid, knowing how naive we are when we are young. And that's why you have to have faith. You have to not only believe that God is real, but that what God is telling you is real, is there to protect you, right? You have to trust God. Like if you tell your kids don't run out into the street after the ball, there's a reason, and you know the reason. They don't know the reason. That's how you have to see this. Now I'm explaining you the consequences of just one terrible behavior. And although it may seem pleasurable to you and may seem without consequence to you, I guarantee you later on in life you're going to get consequences.